Hey guys, Josh from soccerreviewsforyou.com bringing you my review plus on-feet video of the Nike Mercurial Vapor 11 in the latest CR7 Chapter 4 Forged for Greatness colorway. Now as you guys can see, this is the CR7 signature of a Mercurial model that he technically does not wear. Obviously he wears a modified version of the Superfly. This is the Vapor, still a very good shoe and still available in his signature colorway, as the entire line is. So of course in today's video, we'll take a closer look at the colorway itself because it does look different than the Superfly, being that they do use different materials on the Vapor 11. We'll talk tech specs, performance features, as well as take a look at how these things fit and feel on feet. So if you're interested in learning more, stick around and watch the entire video. If you're interested in a pair of these for yourself, I'll leave a pop-up on screen, or you can click the first link down below in the description. That'll take you to the review page on my website where you'll find buy it now links as well as SR4U coupon codes where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $255 retail price. So keep in mind there is a $25 premium, being that this is a CR7 signature colorway. Also keep in mind that this shoe is not available for purchase until April 10th. So as of right now, on that review page, you'll only find the pictures of this shoe, and then as soon as they're available, buy it now links will also be featured on the page. Anyways, because this is a top-end model, they do come with a string bag. It's orange in color with the new CR7 logo for this Chapter 4 colorway. Nice little extra, expected with all the top-end models from Nike though. And then of course, you have the shoe right here. This is of course the Chapter 4 colorway, where the inspiration for the color itself is that it's inspired by a hot iron being forged into shape. So this kind of tells the story of Cristiano Ronaldo coming to Manchester United and switching from number 28, which he had been wearing previously, to number 7, which is why you see the XXVII on the back of the heel. But you can see only the VII, which is Roman numerals for number 7, are highlighted in silver, while the XX and the last I are kind of translucent. So you have the 28, or you have the number 7 represented on the back heel of the shoe, which I think is a pretty cool idea, a pretty cool concept for the shoe. And again, the hot iron being forged into shape theme here is pretty cool. You have the molten metal here at the top that's really, really hot, kind of on the bottom, fading up into the upper. So that is the really, really hot aspect of metal that you would have in a forge. And then of course you have the metal that's not quite heated up yet at the top, which kind of has this oil slick, almost like a fish type look to it, in that it has this kind of color flip between purple and like a light blue turquoise color that just looks really, really cool. Now in comparison to the Superfly 5 in this color, which I made a video on, if you missed it, I'll leave a little pop-up on screen, you're gonna find that the Vapor 11 actually looks a little bit more precise in terms of the colorway itself, mainly because the materials and the colors are actually printed on the surface of a Teijin synthetic versus being layered with Flyknit and Nike skin like you'll find on the Superfly. So the end result is a shoe that looks similar, especially from a distance, but up close I think the details and just the precision of how this particular colorway looks is perhaps a little bit better, I would argue, than that of the Superfly. So you're gonna find, like I said, that kind of oil slick, almost shiny fish look base color to the upper, which looks really, really cool. Definitely has that interesting color flip as it moves, and it has different angles in the light. You're gonna find gray laces on the actual shoe itself. You're gonna find that the Nike swoosh isn't just black, it's actually a slightly textured, gritty material. Not to the point where it's gonna impact anything in regards to touch, but it definitely does give the shoe a little bit of a different look, again, in comparison to the Superfly. You are gonna find that it does have, within the speed rib texturing, actual stripes, which are light gray and dark gray in color. So again, that's a significant difference in terms of how this shoe looks when compared to the Superfly. Other details, like I said, the little branding here on the heel with the 28 and the number 7 represented. You're also gonna find the CR7 logo here on the medial side, where the 7 is highlighted in a silver piece, which looks quite good. And then the C and the R are embossed in the shoe and have kind of a glossy finish within there, but it's kind of hidden for the most part. Again, it has to hit the shoe in the right light in order to really see the C and the R, especially from a distance. You have your Mercurial branding in black there on the lateral side of the heel, and then this bright orange color that runs the rim of the shoe, eventually into the sole plate and studs, which is a nice bright orange color. And again, I think the colors work really well. This is one of those colorways that when I first saw it, I wasn't too crazy about it, but in person, it definitely looks a lot better than I was expecting. The other detail in regards to this colorway that is worth mentioning is the actual insole itself, which is partially glued in. So I'll just quickly remove it for you guys so you can get a look at it. But the insole, you can see here, bright orange in color, And then it says forged to the exact specifications of Cristiano Ronaldo, with his own little logo there that's specific to this Chapter 4 shoe, which is a cool little extra detail. Aside from that though, it is a regular Vapor 11 insole, nothing different about it. So that's it for the colorway. Let me know what you guys think of these down below in the comment section. Do you think this Chapter 4 color looks better in the Vapor, or does it look better on the Superfly? I would argue that it looks a little bit better on the Vapor, but I'd be curious to hear your opinions down below in the comment section. Now, in regards to performance and tech specs, really the Vapor 11 is a shoe that I would highly recommend if you want something that has a thin barefoot feel, has a really tight fit, is super lightweight, and offers extremely aggressive traction. If those are 4 areas that you really concern yourself with a new pair of shoes, I really don't think that anything does it better right now than the Vapor 11. So if you do want to learn a little bit more about the overall tech specs, performance, and even just want to see the shoes in action, I have a playtest video up on my channel. I'll leave a pop-up on screen. You can go ahead and check it out. And again, it'll give you more insight as to what it's actually like to wear a pair of Vapor 11s, because aside from the colorway, this is just a regular Vapor 11. There's nothing different about the performance or the construction, so please keep that in mind. That's enough about the shoes though. Let's take a look at how they fit and feel on feet. So you can see here on the right shoe, I actually swapped out the regular laces for a pair of black reflective SR4U replacement laces, which I think look really good on the shoe. It accents nicely with the black details in the swoosh, as well as the Mercurial branding there, and it just kind of breaks up the color a little bit, just a nice little accent. So if you are interested in a pair of SR4U laces for yourself, the website to go to is www.sr4ulaces.com. You'll see a little pop-up on screen, and there will also be a link down below in the description. So if you're interested in a pair, be sure to go ahead and check that out. So as far as getting these on is concerned, because of the one-piece construction of the upper, you have a really nice tight wrap across the top of the foot, and really the entire foot just fits, the entire shoe fits really, really snug, which is kind of a common characteristic of the Mercurial line. It's partially why it's been so popular for so long. And I would argue out of any thin synthetic shoe, nothing fits as close to your foot, nothing fits as good if you want that super tight wrap than a Mercurial. It really is kind of a best of the best in terms of this style of shoe, in my opinion, of course. So I'll throw on the left shoe as well. And again, as far as getting them on is concerned, the top part of the tongue is independent, so you do have a fairly large opening. It's not really, really small like I think a lot of people think it is. And you basically just use your fingers as a shoehorn, pull it in the back, and it's not that big of a deal. Again, after a few wears, you'll find that the center part becomes a little bit more elasticated, and it's easier to put on and take off, especially after a little bit of practice. So just gonna pull these tight really quickly, and you can get a look at both of the shoes on feet. Pretty straightforward. The dual lace hole system, what's good about this with a lot of these one-piece uppers from Nike is that it tends to do a pretty good job of keeping the laces nice and tight and under tension when you're actually playing in them. Usually with a single lace hole, they can kind of loosen up over time. You don't really get that with these one-piece uppers, which is, in my opinion, a really nice thing and suits this style of shoe quite well. So on feet, as you can see, they fit really, really tight. It truly does have that one-to-one wrap. So if you don't like tight-fitting footwear, the Mercurial line, and I guess especially the Vapor 11, probably not a good choice for you. But if you like thin synthetics, if you like that super tight one-to-one feel, there's nothing better than this out there right now. So in regards to fit, very, very tight, dare I say narrow, although they still will fit most people. If you've worn Mercurials in the past and you like tight-fitting shoes, you're likely going to fit in the Vapor 11 without any issues. Again, it's if you have really wide feet and if you just don't like the feel of tight shoes, then maybe the Vapor 11 isn't the best option. You get good lockdown in the heel, you get good lockdown throughout the entire foot, and again, you just get a nice secure sensation in this shoe in general. That in combination with the Nike Plate sole plate that has that kind of anatomic shaping where you sit in the sole plate ever so slightly, again, just gives you a very connected sensation to this boot, which you can't really get from anything else aside from maybe the Superfly 5, which is a similar style shoe but offers a very different experience because of the Flyknit upper that shoe has. As far as width is concerned, again, if you've worn Mercurials in the past, these are going to fit most likely without any issues at all. Very tight fitting shoe, not very wide, not going to stretch all that much. So if you have wide feet, probably not a good option for you. In regards to sizing, I'm wearing my usual size 9 US here, and the fit and length is absolutely perfect. So if you are looking to order a pair of these for yourself, I would strongly recommend going true to size in order to achieve the best possible fit. So that is pretty much it, guys, for my review of the Chapter 4 Forged for Greatness CR7 Nike Mercurial Vapor 11. That's a long name. Nike's really doing a good job there. Nonetheless, if you are interested in a pair of these for yourself, you can click the little eye in the corner of the screen or the first link down below in the description. That'll take you to the review page on my website where you'll find buy it now links with exclusive SR4U coupon codes where you'll be able to pick these up below their normal $255 retail price. If you have any questions regarding this shoe, leave them down below in the comments and I'll do my best to answer all of your questions. Subscribe if you haven't already for daily videos on all the latest and greatest soccer gear. You can find all of my social media information linked down below in the description as well. Other than that, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video, and as always, thanks for watching.